All right. The next in line is the CroMagnon. And CroMagnon is when we move into our species, Homo sapiens sapien. And the skeletons are very much more fragile than the Neanderthal. Some of the earliest finds of CroMagnon were in France. This is the Dordogne River in France. Very beautiful region. And according to scientists, this is the maximum extent of the glacial sheets, the ice sheets that covered Europe during the Ice Age. And there were animals that migrated along the ice sheets, and these CroMagnon traveled through the area and hunted them. They were hunters. So you began to see tools that they used and weapons. They were able to chip flint in such a way to create very sharp blades, razor sharp blades that they could use for skinning animals, shaving, I guess. You know, it's one of the things about early man and their reconstruction is how hairy they are. The more hair they put on them, the more primitive they look. But I once had a membership at a spa, the Landry Center, and I was getting to the whirlpool with some of those guys, and they'd get in, and they looked kind of like a Neanderthal. They had like carpets on their back. And, you know. And so it's possible that the fact that whether you have lots of hair or not really has nothing to do with how primitive you are, because that person would have been very primitive. But these tools would allow you to skin the animals and wear this animal skins instead of just wearing the animals. And hunt. You could hunt larger animals. And it's true that during Cro-Magnon times, or when you see clear evidence of hunting larger animals, not just squirrels and rabbits, but woolly mammoth and mastodon and so on. This is an extremely interesting find related to the Cro-Magnon. It's a group of jaws and skulls of woolly mammoth. You can see the tusks there. And the way that's arranged, this is a photograph that was taken during the excavations, and you can see that it's some kind of structure, at least that's their interpretation, that these skulls were stacked up to create a structure. And you can take it, like if it's collapsed, you can sort of pull it up and put it into a three-dimensional form and see what the hut looked like. So you can create Ice Age architecture, which is fascinating. This is one of the, in other words, and this is some kind of, they believe it's some kind of ceremonial temple or something that the hunters have made. And so if you were asked the question, what is the oldest architecture that we've uncovered, it would probably be something like this. It dates to about 20,000 BC, I think. But it's made out of the lower jaws of woolly mammoths and their tusk. This was the time of the saber-toothed cats, the saber-toothed tigers. And they stood about 4 foot at the shoulder. So it's a cat about the size of a small horse with big teeth. And so that would be terrifying to face one of those. People say, well, it couldn't bite you, see, because its teeth keep you from, well, no, it could bite you. The lower jaw hinges all the way back to the neck. And so they believe what would happen is these cats would be running at full speed, and they would dive towards some large creature, and they'd throw their head back. And their teeth were like sabers that would stick into the side of the animal. And then they would lower their jaws, and as their jaws came through, it was like 2 big pair of shears and would shear open the animal. So they could field dress the animal in a matter of seconds. And so, yeah, it wouldn't take seeing that too many times. You probably wouldn't be too keen on hunting the saber-toothed cats. How about, let's go hunt some saber-toothed cats? Probably not. That's probably when you left the area. There were saber-toothed cats in North America, too. If you've been to Southern California, the La Brea tar pits, they have lots of cats there. But anyway, this is a paleontologist showing how the lower jaw hinges back, creates a gap. So they would be able to bite you. So you want to flee the cats, saber-toothed cats. You wouldn't want to do this. They did set up traps for the animals. Man's beginning to learn how to, obviously they have some kind of spoken language because they're organizing these hunts where they would chase the the creatures off of a cliff or something like that, create traps.